I'm a bit speechless. This is why the Champions League is the greatest competition in the world. Better than the Premier League, better than the Serie A, better than Copa Libertadores, even though I love Copa Libertadores. Champions League nights are undefeated. And this is why. Are you what? Aslani could have won at the end. Salah scores a hat-trick in 5 minutes. Sporting get another red card. Son gets 2 goals. Oh my. People, welcome to the match reaction. We're going to discuss Barca 3, Inter 3, and one of the best Champions League games I've seen in a long time. That was just enthralling, end-to-end stuff at times. My God, shout out to both teams for giving us beautiful football. Just beautiful football at times. Then we're going to discuss Rangers 1, Liverpool 7. I don't know how, but if you guys can see, we had to finally get this man back on there. Mo Salah with a hat-trick. Had to bring out the jersey. Well, then we're going to talk a little bit. I didn't watch the other games, so I only watched 2 games tonight. And thank God I chose these 2 games to watch because they were just enthralling. Oh boy. Big up to Michael Brown, Nicola, Shio, Eldon, Matteo, Samasi, one of the members of the channel. Ali Reza, how are you doing? Antonio, big up to Antonio. Thank you. Always Antonio. Big up to AD. He's loving life after yesterday as well. Big up to JC. He's not loving life at the moment. Big up to Mom Parras. Anybody else I need to shout out? Big up to Albert as always. Alejandro. Anybody seeker of truths. I think that's about everybody. Sebastian, I see you in the house too. Uncle Mike, nice to see you around. CJ and Adam Aziz. And big up to Chris as well. Wow. We're gonna get to Barca and Inter. Don't worry, people. We'll get to Barca and Inter in a minute. But let's just start off with Rangers and Liverpool, right? Because if you weren't watching the game, Liverpool were god awful in that first half. I mean, they were terrible. They looked like a League One side. Oh, Rangers outplayed Liverpool for the first 30 minutes. First 30 minutes, I would say. Rangers were absolutely dominant. Arfield, Saka, oh my God, they were brilliant Rangers. And then I don't know what happened in the second half. I really cannot tell you because somehow then Liverpool just completely changed and then just started turning into goal-scoring machines like they have been in the last couple of seasons and just were clinical. I mean, Bobby with 2 goals, then gave the assist to Darwin. Darwin back-to-back games now with goals, so hopefully he's picking up form and beautiful. And then, of course, Salah comes off the bench and scores a hat-trick in 5 minutes. Scores a hat-trick in 5 minutes, people. Great to see. And then Harvey Elliott with the last one. To give my full analysis of this game, I really can't because it was such a strange game. Because Rangers have just been terrible in the Champions League. And I had some high hopes for them. I was like, you know what? This team showed some character and desire and played fantastic football at times at Ibrox in the Europa League last season. Now, yeah, this is not looking the greatest. What is it now? That's four goals against Ajax, 3 against Napoli, so that's 7, then 2 against Liverpool, 9, and now they've 16 goals in 4 games Rangers have conceded. I mean, it was a great goal from Scott Arfield. The defender from Liverpool was just schoolboy, absolutely schoolboy. And then Liverpool said, okay, doubters into believers. It's a club saying, by the way, people. But look, happy for Salah, got a hat-trick. And as you see, as soon as Salah went to as a striker, he got the goals. You cannot write this, people. You actually cannot write it. And Bobby, once again, had a brilliant game. He's actually having a very good season, Bobby Firmino, and maybe he's just trying to play for a new contract. Personally, I still would not give it to him, but I'm very happy that Bobby's performing. And look, this game was not a 7-1. If it was a 3-1, okay, fair enough. This was never a 7-1, people. I mean, just some of the goalkeeping as well. I mean, for Salah's first goal, just goes through his arms. I don't know what he's doing there. Beautiful finish from Darwin Núñez. So, I mean, at least Liverpool get some confidence ahead of Man City, but I'm still not, I have no hope with this team because this team just shows that they're so fragile at the back, so fragile. And if the midfield, oh God, Fabinho and Henderson were just terrible in the first half. Terrible, but I'm not going to complain. At least they got the win. At least they got the win. I'll be happy with that. All right, people, let's get to the main course. Let's get to this main course here. Was watching BT Sports. They mentioned Salah's hat-trick was the quickest in Champions League history. Well, that would make sense, Michael Brown, because I've never seen that quick of a hat-trick in the Champions League. Never. I've never seen it. Well, let me just put it like this. Actually, no, you guys can see it better like this. Yeah, it's head-to-head, Chris. It's head-to-head. Barca-Inter. Guys, everybody, this was a fantastic game. Before I continue, by the way, people, let's hit the like button. We should be hitting 30 likes on this incredible Champions League night. Everybody smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to become a member of the channel, the starting price is 99 cents. You can join the likes of Samasi, used to be Sebastian, and those people, and become a member of the channel. Okay, I mean, where do we even start with this game? Let's talk about the goals. First off, I mean, Inter hit the crossbar. Pedri had another chance. I mean, Pedri, if this guy was clinical, he would have had 3 goals already in the Champions League this season. He would have had 3 goals. Okay. Great play from Rafinha. Get it to Sergio Roberto. Roberto into Dembele. And you saw this game meant so much to Barca because they knew if they drew or lost, it's pretty much, and we'll get to that in a moment. But then you see Inter. Inter were always going to be dangerous on the counterattack because Barca, let's look at their defense. And that is the biggest takeaway from this game tonight. They were so exposed anytime they went on the counterattack because Alonso has no pace. Eric Garcia, meh. Piqué shouldn't be playing, but he has to because Koundé and obviously Araujo are injured. And then Sergio Roberto actually was quite decent on the day going forward, but defensively not the strongest. And that was the biggest frailty in today's game. Again, Barca, man, just leaving themselves way too exposed. Like, what are they doing on some of the goals? I mean, brilliant. I mean, Bastoni's pass for the first Inter goal was absolutely magnificent. This guy's a great defender, so calm on the ball, and then just the assist to get it to Barella. Oh, and then Barella's finished the. Oof. See, this is why I want Barella at Liverpool. I'm sorry, Inter fans, but I absolutely love Nicolo Barella. He's just a marvelous, marvelous player. Then we get to Lautaro, and Lautaro went 8 games without a goal. Similar to last season. If you remember last season, he went what? I think it was from like November to like late December or early January without a goal, and everybody's like, what's happened to Lautaro? Well, finally, El Toro finally got a goal. Brilliant pass to Çalhanoğlu and gets it out wide to Lautaro, and Lautaro just bodies up Eric Garcia, calm, puts it into the back of the net, hits one post, hits the other post, and it goes into the back of the net, and you see El Toro getting his goal. And then Lewandowski finally showed up in the Champions League. Finally, got the goal, scrappy finish, but all of them count. All of them count. And maybe Onana could have done better with the save, I would say. But let's see. And then again, man, this like I understand Barca, like you had to go and push for the win, but you just I think Antonio said it brilliantly here. He said Inter were legit 3-on-2 at the end of the game in so many situations, and that's because Barca pushed everybody forward. Because if you look at the substitutions that Xavi made, obviously Ansu Fati for Rafinha. I don't know why he brought up Rafinha. I thought Rafinha was actually quite decent today. Then Frankie de Jong for Sergio Busquets. I mean, Busquets had a disaster class. He was just disaster class. So as you could just see, this guy doesn't have the legs. And when you're a CDM, you need to have the legs nowadays in football. Balde for Alonso makes sense. But see, this is when they went to then a three in the back formation. Frank Kessie on for Sergio Roberto, and that's where they were so exposed at the back. But take nothing away. Lautaro's pass to Gosens. Gosens with a brilliant finish, and you thought, it's over. It's over. It's going to be confirmed there. Inter will make it out of this group. And that would have surprised a lot of people. But Robert Lewandowski got a last-minute header from Eric Garcia. And then, Asllani even had a chance at the end. Asllani, man. Oh, guys, I was standing the whole extra time. I was standing the whole extra time because this game was just so much fun. So much fun. Actually, I'll send the link, people. So if you guys want to come on, give your thoughts, I'll send the link right now. And then I'm not going to be here for too long. We can then quickly dive into the other matches. I got to get my headphones. I'll be right back, people. There's the link. But, you got to give it to Inter. You got to give it to Inter because compared to last week, they were just not that deadly on the counterattack. That was the biggest problem with Inter. But this week, completely different story. And we got a couple people in the house. We got Sebastian and Antonio. Guys, I'll come to Antonio first. It was a good day for Serie A, but what do we make of Barca, man? What do we make of Barca?
Man, I'm so happy that this game turned out the way it did. Not it was entertaining, which is the most important thing, but I feel like Inter not only stepped up for Serie A and showed that, they play sort of counterattacking style, but it's still entertaining and it gets you results that are important in a difficult stadium. But like you said, Barcelona, man, the Inter, it's in their fate is in their own hands. They have to win against Polsen at home, and it's GG's for Barcelona. So I think this once again we see this theme of teams like PSG, big money spenders, and then money doesn't equal results. So it takes more than that to actually win in this competition because a lot of teams have quality, and just because you think you have more quality doesn't mean that that's gonna be enough to push you over the line. So I'm happy because football won today. So it's good.
Football won. Ouch. Sebastian, you got any thoughts about this game? It looks like Barca is going back to the Europa League. This is a disaster.
This was not a good result for Barca. I don't know. Obviously, 3-3. Good result for Inter. I think Inter's going to go through.
No. Sebastian. It's not they should go through. They have to go through. If they... Okay, because we've seen this with Inter, and Antonio knows. They messed up against Shakhtar. Didn't they mess up against the other Czech team, Slavia Praha? Or am I tripping about that one?
Yeah, it was Slavia Praha.
Was it Slavia Praha? Okay, obviously Inter fans will let us know in the chat. But boy, the Inter should be making it out through to the next round. What do you, Sebastian? What is the biggest problem for Barca? Because I said when I was doing the predictions with Dom that I haven't been impressed with them in the last couple of weeks. I don't know if it's just at times all they were doing, Barca, was just crossing into the box. Right, Sebastian?
Yeah. Oh my God. Barca's problem is probably the defense. Right?
Yeah,
Also,
but they have a lot of injuries, so I like they
mm,
have no choice but to play Pique. I mean you could play Frankie De Jong at center back, but do you want to do that?
nah, I
No.
don't know. I think Frankie De Jong should have started, in my opinion, this game because you could see when he came on, he was pretty good, to be
Yep.
honest. Right?
Oh yeah, Frankie is that guy. He just has the legs to move all over the pitch. Busquets, on the other hand, Antonio, I mean, terrible today.
Yeah, especially on that one misplaced pass he had, and then
I think
Inter
it was for the first goal, right?
was it
No, it was the second goal. Excuse me,
second
second
goal?
goal.
Lautaro then crossed it. Oh wait, no, Lautaro scored when he hit
Yeah, it
the
was Çalhanoğlu's pass,
yeah,
I believe.
right, near post. Yeah, but
Yep.
that was yeah, he had some mistakes. I do want to say though, because I watch Inter play a lot because obviously I watch the Serie A,
Mm,
and I'm like, this season they've been a little bit shaky in the league.
yep.
I think Barcelona, like, as they should, they do have this sort of possession based style where they keep the ball and you know what they're going to do. The thing is, you also know what Inter's going to do in response to that. And I like anyone would have seen this sort of game coming. But the problem is when you play like that and you're predictable and you don't have your starting defenders that have to be there to, in those situations on the counter, you're kind of asking for punishment. So I mean,
Yep.
yeah, it was kind of expected, and I'm just happy that Inter were able to be mentally there and to capitalize on their like limited chances, the ones that they created. So I mean, it was a good game for Inter, and they played the way they wanted to play. So
Yeah, and compared to last week, I thought Inter were much more dangerous in the counterattack. They were so much more dangerous. Last week I think they were a little bit hesitant at times, which wasn't great to see. But this week they said, you know what, we have nothing to lose. This is all a Barca. They're the one who activated all the levers. They got the ones having weddings, birthday parties, all this sort of stuff. They understand that Barca have to win this. Well, not win the group, but they have to win this game. And I mean, look, Barca, I ain't doing well, man. Sorry, Barry. I mean, football is a harsh game. Football is a harsh game. So I think somebody asked, where was it here? Where was it here?
and
Somebody
Michael, you
asked.
don't say it's a harsh game. Like I have no idea what you're talking about. As a Milan fan, I have no idea.
Hey, it is a harsh game. Me, Antonio, you and me, we both know, being a Liverpool fan and Milan fan, we've gone through the banter era, so we know we know when it's bad.
This is the third year in a row that we've been robbed by the refs in Europe. So.
Yeah, that was a pretty horrendous decision on tomorrow yesterday, but yeah, you gotta just hey, if you can't beat Salzburg and Dinamo Zagreb, then you don't deserve to be in the Champions League. It's simple as that. But Edu asked if the points are the same, are they decided by it's head to head. So Inter have that, and that's the problem for Barca. They have now the edge in this situation. So look, I mean Lewandowski showed up, but Dembele again. I know he got the goal, but I just think to myself like, this guy's decision making at times is just so poor. Does he not like? I think somebody said it best. Does this guy have a footballing brain, Sebastian? Does he have a footballing brain? He over dribbles at times, doesn't make the pass, then shoots in the wrong timing when there's three defenders in front of him. I love Dembele has talent, but this guy's just decision making is so poor.
Yeah, I think Dembele is a very, very good player, but sometimes he does things that he should not do. What he should do is run forward, play passes, and then score goals and help the team.
Mm.
Not to do step overs like I Show Speed did in the charity match versus Sidemen. Like
Oh Jesus, Sebastian.
sometimes when I see Dembele play, I was like, oh yeah, what a good player. But sometimes when you see, you're thinking, what is he doing? Why is he keep doing those step overs like, I don't know, like he's an amateur footballer or something? I don't know what
I
he's
thought
doing
I
sometimes.
actually thought in today's game that Rafinha was the better player. I thought he was much
Mm,
more dangerous. Although, like Antonio, why like, I don't understand from Barca's perspective. Okay, you want to cross the ball. Do they not understand that there's three giants at center backs for Inter and De Vrij, Bastoni, and Skriniar? Like, Why keep on crossing and crossing? I would love to see the stats on how many crosses Barca attempted today.
Yeah, to be fair though, I mean Lewandowski did get up there in the end and he scored a
But
nice.
that was like at the 92nd minute.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but like obviously, eventually one of them is gonna go in. But like constantly just cross and cross and cross.
right. I mean, Inter are well suited to defending those situations.
Exactly.
But then again, we saw that if you keep putting pressure, like statistically, you're gonna get the chances. You're gonna get the ball like dropping in the area, and and then Lewandowski's gonna be there to maybe get a deflected goal. You're gonna get those situations. So I mean, I'm not against that. It's just for me, if you want to just constantly be pressing them into their own box and whipping in crosses, you're gonna have to just understand that defending counterattacks is where you're going to suffer and you have to be prepared to deal with it. To me, that's more concerning. And then just one more, I wanted to add one thing about Dembele, kind of
Yep.
like about the commentators, because I noticed like like you guys were saying, I mean, he does a lot of flashy stuff, and it seems like every time he does that, he gets a lot of like, respect, and people always point it out and they compliment him for that. It's like, the same when Barella controlled that beautiful pass from
Yep.
Bastoni and scored. People were like the commentators were talking about PK, like in his mistake. I mean, yeah, he should have been on side, but that I mean, look at that's real quality right there.
Exactly.
Simple and it's effective, and you don't always have to be flashy. So that's what bothers me. And it's like defenders who defended like Ousmane Dembele in most of the one-on-ones and got the better of him. They were barely complimented for their fundamental defending skills. So that is something annoying.
Were you watching on Paramount Plus or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, at least here in Finland, we got good commentators who are unbiased, so that's at least a good thing. And look, Nicola, I mean, Michael, you underestimated Inter in both games. This is what happens. I mean, Nicola, you understand. You know I watch Serie A. Inter have not been good this season. I'm genuinely shocked at how well they have defended last week, but then this week, how clinical they were and how easily they were able to expose Barca's defense. So you got to give credit to Inter. I thought they played brilliantly in both games. One was a Italian mafia masterclass last week. This week, just being clinical, and that's what it is for Inter. And let's be honest, they should have won at the end. I don't know how Aslani missed that chance. I really don't, but yeah, Gavi didn't have the greatest game today either, SSP. I agree. Gavi was not that good. You guys have any final thoughts about it before we move on? Sebastian, Antonio? I mean, is Barca's Europa League, right?
Yes, 100%. Barca going to Europa League, and we will watch Barcelona playing the likes of, I saw your tweet earlier. Like, Finland is a very nice place to play in the Europa.
Sebastian. If Barcelona come here to Finland and play my Finnish team, I don't know what to say.
It will be a good experience, to be honest.
Yeah, it will be. Actually, people let us know in the chat as well. Is it done for Barca? Antonio, is it done for them? Is it Europa League Thursday night back again?
If Inter doesn't go through, I'm going to be really upset. And I'm a Milan fan, but I want them to, I want as many Serie A teams to go through.
Yep.
They have to win this game. And, yeah, I mean, they should they should have already sent Barca to Europa. Like, after that Aslani chance. He single-handedly could have upset, like, the whole Barca universe and also Spotify stocks if he had scored that goal. But, I think if we can wait another week,
It's just delaying the inevitable for Barca fans, isn't it?
Is next week off, by the way?
Yeah, it's next week off. It's the 26th, I believe. Yeah, 26th.
Okay, I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah, well, they need to break these players. I think next week is actually midweek matches for the league. This is a crazy schedule.
Really? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because there's Premier League games at least. I think there might be Serie A games, but Michael, what's this game on Xavi? I mean, to be honest, Xavi, he needed to at least experiment just a tad bit with the lineup. Like, okay, if you're gonna leave yourselves that exposed to the back, don't start Busquets. Yes, he's great with the ball, but you cannot start Busquets. Frenkie de Jong he was so good when he came off the bench, but it's just a little bit too little too late, and we need to be pleasant, and then we are through. Exactly. Now, yeah, go ahead.
Just real quick, I think Barca needs to use another lever to buy pulls in some players and bring them in to strengthen their chances of going through. invest in Blizzard.
How many did they activate this summer? How many? And now they're going back to where they were last season. Oh boy, they better hope that Frankfurt don't get dropped down as well. That's what they have to hope for. That Frankfurt don't get dropped down.
Yeah, we might do.
Yeah, exactly. Just quickly in the other game in this group, I mean, at least Victoria Plzen scored 2 goals, so that's at least nice. And then Bayern, of course, were just clinical, but big week for Bayern Munich. 4 goals in one half. I mean, like, shout out to Victoria Plzen, but this is not a Champions League team. It isn't. So this is the standings, people. I mean, it's going to take a miracle for Barca, in my opinion, to make it out. It's going to take a miracle, and I don't think it's going to happen. And Bayern will win the group, and Inter will be second. So, big result, I think, for the Serie A. Napoli, obviously, they're going to win their group. Inter advancing. Juve, the less said, the better. And then Milan, Antonio, they better make it through. That's all I have to say. I know you have a lot of injuries at the moment, but you better make it through.
Yeah, I just one quick word on that. I just felt so bad for Tomori in that situation.
Yeah, I know.
And did you see Mason Mount's interview?
Yeah, I didn't see Mason Mount's interview, but I mean, like, to be honest, now thinking back on it, I think it is a red card. I know it's harsh, and I know there wasn't a lot of contact on it, Antonio. I know you're gonna say that, but I just, to me, like, if he's the last man, which he was, I know he didn't like drag him back or anything like it, but if he's the last man and the ref deems it a penalty, it's going to be a red card. But it's, unfortunately, the ref had to deal with it.
That's fair, but my only question is, why didn't he even check VAR? Like, what's the point of VAR? It happened with Atletico, too. If you're going to call a penalty, like a decisive penalty, are you not going to, and even the red card, you should at least go and check the VAR to be sure. And if you look at VAR, it looks much, much less of a penalty than it was. Yep. And even Mount said, like, that he basically, once Tomori let go of him, he was free to shoot and he even shot on goal, but the goalkeeper saved it. And so, like, the whole situation was, I think they should have been a plan. But that's just my opinion. We can disagree.
But now you just got to beat Salzburg and Dinamo Zagreb, which is not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy, especially away at Dinamo. That's going to be a tough game. Sebastian, so you watched this game. Obviously, Olympique de Marseille, finally now, they're back in this group. What was your thoughts on the game? Obviously, your Chilean boy Alexis scored.
Yeah, also I watched this whole game. When they watch along with the boys over there. I think Marseille were much better. Sporting wasn't good at all this game. I don't know what's happened to this team. Like since they won versus Spurs, Sporting, like. Something went wrong. The thing that went wrong for Sporting is the first game versus Marseille. Yeah.
Well, what about like the red card here for Ricardo? Again, they get a red card in the early first 20 minutes. Again for Sporting, man.
I don't know what's up with this red cards and for Sporting, man. And then Sporting wasn't good this game, especially the back line, and they struggled this game. Marseille could have easily scored like 4 or 5. I would say Guendouzi scored. He played attacking midfield.
Yeah, he's been playing that a lot this season, actually.
Wow.
Oh my God, 2 xG for Marseille compared to 0.23 for Sporting.
And I predicted Marseille to go through from this group.
So did I.
I'm pretty confident that they will, because they're playing very good football now under Tudor. Obviously, they have Payet, Sanchez. I'm happy that Sanchez scored.
Of course, you're happy.
I was excited, but at the same time, I was, To be fair, he's scoring in the Champions League. He has like 30 goals or something in the Champions League, I believe.
Okay.
So, I'm very happy about that.
Oh, that's at least good. Antonio, I mean, I was gonna tweet that Antonio Conte is an absolute fraud in the Champions League when they were 1-0 down to Frankfurt. I mean, I don't know what they're doing in the back. I mean, Eric Dyer, Jesus. But then Heung-min Son decided to arrive and they scored 2 goals. I know you probably didn't watch the game, but this was a big result for Spurs. They had to win this game.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, like, I mean, I don't mean to make any jinxes like some other YouTubers have made, but I will say that I think Tottenham will progress out of the group this year. I'm not confident about what they're going to do in the round of 16
Mm,
because I know Conte,
yep.
and this group was very winnable for them, and it's given them a little bit of uncertainties. So I will say that you know they should be fine, and they're going to progress. But once they reach one of like the next round's opponents, I don't. I mean, it depends who, but I don't really expect them to progress because Conte is just strange like that. I don't know. He's going to start focusing on the league, and I don't know.
Exactly. And look at the standings of this group. Anybody can still make it through. And I believe Spurs have to go away to Marseille in the next match day, and Sporting hosts Eintracht Frankfurt. So it's all to play for. Like I still wouldn't be confident with Spurs because we know Conte in Champions League football. They just don't go well with each other. So, does everybody think that it will be Marseille and Spurs that go through in the group?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
easily.
Antonio?
But I was going to say it is a very open group.
Oh yeah, that's what makes this group. I know people will clown it and say this is a Europa League group and doesn't have quality, but at least it brings entertainment. That's what I like to see.
So Frankfurt plays at home versus Marseille, and Sporting goes to Spurs.
The next match day.
Yes.
Eesh. Oh man, what has
For
happened to
some reason,
Ruben Amorim's team? God man, what has
I
happened to?
I can't see Sporting winning away at Spurs.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. I mean, their goalkeeper just completely ruined it for them. All right, Matt. I mean, go ahead, Antonio.
I was gonna say like this kind of reminds me of when Conte was at Inter, and all he had to do was I think
Beat
win against
Shakhtar.
Shakhtar at home. Yeah, so
Oh man, that game was so. I mean, because Inter should have won that game. I remember Inter. I mean, Lukaku blocked a goal line, goal line chance for them. It was crazy. But Matt, your team, they went away to Bayer Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso, and they got a 3-0 win. How was the performance?
Oh, yeah,
He got
Okay.
assist.
long ball.
Okay. Oh,
And,
so not again with this poor Bayer Leverkusen defending. Not again.
Yeah, Galano, brilliant footwork and positioned himself well to put it in the back of the net. Afterwards, I'd say Bayer Leverkusen had the ball in the opposition half more. But I think the two moments, first with the penalty that got saved. Initially, Barca was booked for diving, but then referee checked on VAR and great save by Costa. In fact, even better than the Sheik one that he saved in the reverse leg. And then they had an offside goal that got disallowed. Well, it was ruled for.
It was a handball by Schick, right?
Yes, but regardless, Sheik was still in an offside position.
But he didn't touch the ball though, right?
There was a shot from either the inside or the outside of the box. Sheik was stood in an offside position, but it hit his arm on the way.
And then obviously Taremi within the two penalties. I mean, Mehdi Taremi is a very good striker.
Yeah, Porto, I'd say probably were the better side. Bayer Leverkusen just had lost confidence in that first half, and the two penalties that Taremi converted just drained their chances even more. So huge win for Porto, and things are looking in their favour now going forwards, and they'll probably be a bit relieved that Club Brugge aren't going to be as desperate to get at results, but it's still going to be a tough game. I'm not necessarily confident about Porto away at Club Brugge.
I mean, I'm just looking at the XG and I'm like, what the heck happened in this game? I know probably 0.90 was for the penalty, but Bayer Leverkusen again, man. Not a clinical enough Sebastian, and defensively poor again. It's been the story of their season. Doesn't matter if it's Xabi Alonso, Sione, Jose Mourinho. It's the same story with this side.
Yeah, Leverkusen. Last year, I believe they finished third or something.
Yeah, third. Yep, I believe third.
And yeah, like right now, this season haven't been good. Obviously, they beat Schalke 4-0, but it's Schalke, you know.
Yeah, they're terrible this season.
No, it's not.
I don't. Oh, yeah, carry on, Sebastian.
I don't know what's happened with Lukas Hradecki.
Yeah, my Finnish guy. I don't know. I don't recognize him. He's had a terrible season.
Yeah, but when he plays for Finland, he's like a god.
He is a god. He will continue being a god
That's
for
the
us.
story of Harry Maguire's career.
Well, he's not a god for England anymore.
Since Manchester United, that's been the story of his career.
Yep, exactly. All right, so we're gonna head out in probably in the next 10 minutes, but I just want to get Antonio's.
I'll add one more thing.
Yep.
Bayer Leverkusen did get that victory over Atletico Madrid, so that it gave me a sense that they were in contention. But I don't know if Atletico are that bad or Leverkusen have something that they'll do every once in a while.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. But I mean, Antonio, man, I mean, Napoli. You know, you probably watched my predictions for the Serie A. Honestly, I thought, okay, they made some good signings, Kim Min-jae, Oliveira, Kivica, but 17 goals in 4 games. This is usually the story with Napoli. They start the season really well, and then it kind of fades away January, February, around then. But Napoli they can make a deep run in the Champions League.
Yeah, and you said it like, it's best to be honest with our predictions. I didn't have them in the top 4 in the Serie A when I made my prediction. However, I did know about Vicha, and some people on the channel that I'm usually on, we've been scouting Vicha for a while, and you could see this guy, like, even in his house, like when he played for his national team, and also in the Russian league, like he was balling, man. His technical ability is unbelievable. And as soon as he joined Napoli, like right away, he's been just dominating. Him and Leao have been like the 2 best players undisputably in Serie A. And yeah, like you said, this year, the way that their new signings have just like fit into the squad so perfectly. Raspadori, who at first was coming off the bench, but now he's been scoring big goals. Kim Min-jae is doing really well. And, and even their midfield, I think, has been the most surprising part, because Zambo and Gisa and Lobotka look like they've hit another level. Like they're almost top class right now, the way they're playing. And they complement each other so well. So they've just reshaped their team this year, and they look amazing. Like you said, though, I don't know how long they're going to be able to be consistent. They haven't really had any major injuries, unlike some other teams. So that's been big, because I don't know how deep they are in some parts. But yeah, no, they are just dominating. They're playing really good, intense football. I was actually watching their game today during I'm in university, so I was watching like a big class lecture, and I was I almost said something out loud after they scored their first 2 goals. Vicha chipped it over the back line, and after 4 minutes, Lozano scored. That was crazy.
Yeah.
They just play really attractive football, so I'm really happy with them.
So, do you think they can make it to a semifinals?
It's hard to tell. I think that you do need luck, right, in the Champions League. They deservedly should top the group. Liverpool they're good in the UCL. They haven't been the best this year in the league, but I think they're going to give them a challenge at Anfield. Of course, I can see maybe Napoli losing that game, but if they win against Rangers at home, they should be able to.
I'm sorry, they will demolish Rangers. Sorry to any Rangers fans, you guys. Yeah. This is just not a Champions League. Look at the minus 15 goal difference.
Yeah, so they should top the group and be playing against the second place team from another group for the round of 16. I think that the thing is, I feel like if they run into a team with maybe a lot more depth, more money that was spent, it could be tough. Obviously, they're not and they're nowhere near the favorite to win the competition. But
Oh yeah.
I think they could make the semifinals if they. It'll be tough. I think quarterfinals is more realistic. Semifinals, it's possible. They need things to go their way, and they need to stay healthy. So
that's the key thing is they have to stay healthy because that's what was to their detriment last season as well.
A lot of things can change from now, and with the World Cup happening. So yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of players. Actually, yeah, they don't have a lot of players going to the World Cup actually.
Lozano, Kim and Jae,
and Guisa.
Yeah, and then
that's it.
Someone else.
Oh yeah,
that's it. And Oliveira.
Healthy, keep Vicha healthy.
Yeah, keep Vicha healthy. That's the main thing. I mean, Matt. If Matt is still there, Matt is still there. So, I mean, Club Brugge are actually going to top this group. Absolute madness. Do they play the next match day against each other, Club Brugge and Porto? Yeah, they do. So,
yes.
So it's a big game for Porto. They have to win it. Because remember last time what happened with Atletico and Porto on the final match day?
Yeah.
When it turned into the Royal Rumble.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say, remember what happened last time between Porto and Club Brugge,
well, that too. But I didn't want to remind you of that.
Yeah, that gave me vibes to England versus Hungary at Wolverhampton.
Oh Jesus! But yeah, Matt, so are you confident or still a little bit nervous? Because obviously Atleti and Bayern are just right there.
To be honest, I'm more confident against Atletico Madrid because it's at home than Club Brugge. But I guess I'd take a point away at Club Brugge. But given the results, I think Porto can get in that top two. Will stay in there, in fact.
I mean, just shout out to Club Brugge. Simon Mignolet still has conceded 0 goals, Sebastian. Simon Mignolet.
Wow. That's incredible, to be honest.
Simon freaking Mignolet, man. This guy's a bum.
From Liverpool to Club Brugge to not concede goals for Club Brugge. That's amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Especially for Club Brugge, who is probably the biggest team in Belgium.
Yeah, them and Anderlecht.
Yeah, and hopefully Belgium teams could do well. Ghent, hopefully they win tomorrow.
Yeah, the other Belgian teams have not done well this season in European competitions.
And Club Brugge was up against Dinosaur Football.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what this is.
5-3-2.
Jesus.
Substitution that not one of the 5 substitutes, not one of them with João Felix on, and
yeah, there's some beef.
Only really between João Felix somewhat convincing in the attack after in the last 10 minutes.
Wait, so João Felix didn't even come off the bench today? Is that correct?
That's right. That's right.
I'm not gonna lie. I think he might be done there.
Yeah, it's not just that, but Axel Witsel got brought on for Antoine Griezmann.
Bro, what the heck? Wow, there's actually some beef between some Simeone and freaking João Felix. I feel bad for João Felix, man. Get out of that club ASAP. Well, we've kind of discussed about Bayern, Inter, and Barca. It's not looking greatest for Barca, and then obviously Tottenham and their group. So, yeah, that's a little recap of today. You guys have any final thoughts before we head out? Anybody have final thoughts?
7-1.
There's going to be some great 8-term last day madness with some of the groups, particularly Group B and Group D.
Yep.
Possibly Group C.
And Group E.
With Chelsea's group.
Yep.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one as well.
Can't wait for Sunday, though.
Chelsea deserve bad karma.
Antonio, don't be salty.
Actually, this is something interesting. So I live in the U.S.
You live in Chicago, by the way.
No, I live in Philadelphia, but
I've
always been a Chicago fan.
Okay.
So my dad is flying out to Milano to watch the
Salzburg game?
Salzburg game, yeah. And he just decided this week because There's like I have family in Italy, so he's just gonna like fly out. I'm just like, I mean, I'm in school, so I can't. I'm really jealous.
Oh man, well. I hope they win for your dad because I know taking a long plane and then seeing your team lose, it ain't the greatest feeling because it's a long flight back and it ain't fun.
Right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I think like you said, it's in our own hands, so we have to win. I'm really scared about the Zagreb game away.
You should be. That they're a different beast at home. They are a different beast at home, and they've actually should have won against Salzburg because they hit the crossbar at the end. Fantastic free kick, but they just couldn't get it in. Matt, any final thoughts before we head out?
I think I've given most of my thoughts.
All right.
Nothing else really stands out that hasn't been said, but obviously a big response for Liverpool, and Napoli should get at least 15 points, probably 16 points.
They'll get 16 points. I mean, Napoli have been amazing this season. Sebastian, I mean, at least Salah scored a hat trick.
Yeah, and I've read that it was the fastest hat trick in the history of Champions League. I mean, I'm thinking too much about Sunday, though.
Yeah. Sebastian, don't think about Sunday. We're going to get demolished by Man City. It's going to be 4-1 Man City. You're heard it here first.
Also, I have the Stockholm Derby to watch.
Stockholm Derby. Yeah, Sunday's a crazy day. If you haven't seen my tweet, go check it out. But people, thank you all for tuning in. Remember to hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel. And this is why I always say the Champions League nights are undefeated.
Oh, quick question.
Yep, go ahead.
Do you think all 5 of these teams will be in the Europa League this season? Man United, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and Arsenal.
Oh my god! Wow, the Europa League is actually going to be lit this year.
Yes,
it's going to be lit. Oh, it's going to be lit. But yeah, let's see, Matt. Definitely Juventus are. Definitely Juventus are. I mean,
Juventus are such an embarrassment.
Oh, they're such an embarrassment. They're going to actually keep Allegri till the end of the season. What? Antonio, watch, dude. They might not even make it top 7 if they keep that dinosaur.
I think that, like, I don't know what's wrong. I think because his salary is just
okay. They say that his salary is so expensive. It's going to be more financially bad if they don't make European football. So, what do you want? What do you want, Juventus? What do you want?
And I saw Matt did actually a joke earlier about Jurassic Park and Allegri joke. I don't know earlier. That was fun.
Yeah.
I said that. I basically said that Allegri makes the ground shake.
Jesus. And on that note, people, have a beautiful day. Stay safe.
Because somebody called him a T-Rex.
Well, I call him a T-Rex. He should be in Barney class. Adios, everybody. Have a beautiful night. Stay safe in this crazy world. Peace, everybody.